Hello, greetings, good morning. You're on to Augustine. Augustine is one of the many voices within the Simply Brilliant community. And welcome to my broadcast again. Within the next few minutes, I'm going to quickly summarize yesterday's mass adoption meeting. If you're just tuning into my broadcast for the first time, you're welcome. Do well to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed. I want to first of all begin with a note of appreciation to those who are my subscribers. And most of my subscribers are members of the Simply Brilliant community. They are subscribing because they want to get informed. So I want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for getting informed. Thank you for deciding to stay informed. You can also get informed by paying attention to so many other broadcasters within the Simply Brilliant community. Keeping in touch with them matters because how we thrive, how we grow is understanding the times and then coming together with a collective understanding, standing in love and respect. We are going to overcome the present challenges and circumstances we find ourselves. So, welcome to my broadcast. Do well to like if you think that my content makes a whole lot of sense. Do well to like, do well to subscribe as well. Okay, so let's move into the main content of today. Yesterday's mass adoption meeting. As usual, it was anchored by Bederick, and that's the Chief Justice of the Simply Brilliant community. And the administration took some time to elaborate. He elaborated a whole lot about how the community should build, how the community should grow. The administration is building what you call collective consciousness. In our present world, where the elites are presently having dominance, at the moment, I was particular about saying having dominance at the moment because they would lose their dominance and then some other systems will be in charge. And suffice me to say that that system is the Simply Brilliant community. To create collective consciousness will take some time. It won't happen overnight, it will take some time. And when we have created collective consciousness to know that the actions of one person can affect the other, then people will be careful about decisions they make. At this point, so many people do what they like, and that's because they have not come to the knowledge of self consciousness and the knowledge of the fact that we are building a collective awareness and that your actions can affect someone else's, actions or reactions, you know. So this is the first thing I want us to know. Now, when the administration began yesterday, he began by sharing his screen and then talking about a few things, which I'm also going to replicate. So I'm going to share my screen. And remember that this is the summary of the mass adoption meeting. And I'm going to take my time to summarize. I'm not going word by word. I'm going summary. Okay. So basically, the administration took time. I think this was the first thing he emphasized on, which were the members of the community that has done a good job. And if you make a summary of this, when you look at this, you'll find out that at this point, those who are leading this community are Ivory Coast and then Cameroon. Because when you look at this, the top 10 comprises of those from Ivory Coast and Cameroon. When you scroll down, this is the ambassador for Ivory Coast. And then this is another beautiful lady. And then this is the ambassador for Cameroon. And then you move down, this is from Cameroon, which is Brother Mofo Gildas, who is the chief member helper. And then moving down again, Ivory Coast. Moving down again, the next person, I think this is also Ivory Coast. And 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 this is also Ivory Coast. So the bottom line is that Ivory Coast are taking the lead at the moment. Okay. It doesn't mean that Ivory Coast will always keep taking the lead. It's a beautiful thing to encourage competition in the Simply Brilliant community. There is nothing evil in competing healthily. This is not ungodly competition. And I give kudos to the Ivory Coast ambassador. He has done a good job. In fact, he's a leader of leaders. For him to have coordinated Ivory Coast community, and the Ivory Coast community also agreed to cooperate with him. That means he's actually a leader of leaders. I give that kudos to him. And I would not also fail to give kudos to the Chief Justice, who is the ambassador of Cameroon. These guys are doing a good job, and it is evident. You can see them there. And you can also see the amount of money that they've been receiving. It's also there. Now, this amount of money they are receiving is, as at the time this was put, about 2 days ago, this is what they want. It was put on Sunday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that was on Sunday. So that was as at the time it was put, okay? Now, I'll talk more about it shortly. Now, a few other things we are going to look into, we're going to take time to look into everything. But quickly, let's move into the marketing section under the agent selection page. And when we open the agent selection page, you are going to see a whole new number of agents. Now, we move to the contribute side. And then when we look to the contribute side, okay, now we scroll down. Now, when we look at this, you'll find out that there is nothing here. Today's donation, there is nothing here. I'm not seeing anything here. Now, sender's address, receiving address, transaction hash. Okay, and everything is just like this. I don't know if this has been suspended or not. I don't know. But what I'm seeing is that there is no amount that is here. Now, we are going to find out why it is. Before we do so, let's move to the agent section. And you'll find out that there are a whole lot of agents that has now, joined us. There are a whole lot of agents that are there. And the administration talked about it yesterday, that you can add an agent, you can remove an agent just by clicking on this red. This red simply means delete and then add. The administration also said yesterday that very soon, when you click on select, you are going to see the amount of money, amount of contributions that has been made on behalf of any of the agents and how much the person has withdrawn. That was what the administration said yesterday. And that perhaps it was going to be done as at yesterday. I don't know if it's been done yet. I have no idea. But if it has been done, I think it would have been, documented on the blog. So hopefully it should be done today or anytime soon. Now, the reason why this is supposed to be is because the administration wants a certain level of accountability. He wants every agent to be accountable. He also wants donors to give based on informed knowledge. That's what he wants. He wants donors to give based on informed knowledge. If you think your agent is having less than expected, you can support much more. If you think your agent is having more, then it is expected that the agent should go out and then spend what he has already given. I also think that the support team will be very careful to put in the right information so that there won't be misinformations at any given point in time. Another reason why the administration is also putting in that as a program or as something to encourage transparency is for the sake of new agents. New agents coming in may not have anything, and when you click on it, you will see that this agent has nothing. So as someone you can support in this organization, in this community, there is no nationality. Everyone is seen as one. We are building a country of our own, which is existing online, a virtual country of our own, comprising from every country of the world. And based on meritocracy, there will be hierarchies and there will also be leaders. So it is encouraged that people come on and give their best. If you are contributing, contribute from your heart. Don't contribute based on countries. Contribute from your heart. If you see someone and your spirit appeals to the person, or he has a lovely picture, you can actually make contributions. Now, permit me to also say, those of us who will also be watching this video, I'm also looking forward to contributions, more contributions from the community, because I have not yet done my goodwill. Now, I had previously said in my previous broadcast that I'm going to do goodwill by the first week of August. That was what I said. And I also said that before now, I had already met with the organization, which is actually an orphanage home, and I had pre-informed them that I was coming in to support them and that they should expect me by the first week of August. Then I told them first, second week of August. Within that range, that was what I told them. Now, when I did that, all the informations of gathering a certain amount and then giving was not there yet. And recently, that ideology came forth. Now, I want to emphasize very clearly that agents has the freedom to donate when they want to donate. The only concern from the administration point of view is when you give that money, you should not hold it for more than 1 month. At least within a month, you should spend. Within a month, you should give out to the whoever you want to give out, whether it's the motherless babies, the orphanages, the widows, the disabled, the hospitalized. I don't know, whichever you want to give it out to, it's up to you. But whatever you are receiving, it should not exceed a month. Once it exceeds a month, then that's now hoarding. It's no more gathering to be able to spend something worthwhile. It is now hoarding. In our community, we don't encourage hoarding. So I want us to understand, if you're an agent, the worst time you can hold on to your money is to hold it for, once it exceeds a month, then it is considered as hoarding. Now, if you look at it, between now, we just have about 1 week to the end of this month, and then we move into next month, okay? So I'm actually going to expend mine, hopefully by next month. Now, there are going to be conditions upon which I will be happy to spend, okay? Now, there are going to be different kind of agents. There will be agents that do daily, expenditures, like my brother, Chief Justice Biderick. He's enjoying daily helping the poor, and you can see how he's going about it, which is also fine, okay? Now, there'll be people that go on a weekly basis, and there'll be people that go on a bi-monthly basis. Now, I fall into the category of the bi-monthly basis. There will also be those that go on a monthly basis. It's going to be a factor of how much contributions you are receiving. And that's why the administration is going to put out what he put out, so that people will see. There will be transparency, and the donors we will choose. There are also going to be donors that are diehards. Diehards in the sense that they will see an agent and they would stick with the agent in good times, in bad times, in challenging times. And I am hoping that I'll have such kind of donors who are going to be diehards that will support me. And supporting me means they believe in me to the extent where, in as much as against all odds, they still support me. And I've already made my commitments to the community by the virtue of who I am as a member of a privy council and as an ambassador. My integrity is at stake if I go contrary. So I want to believe that the community will support me, and then I will do the needful. Okay. Now, I'm actually putting it on this page because this is me. I still need contributions from you guys, because I have already told the orphanage comprises of about 50 to 100 people. There is no exact number at this point. Okay. To a very good extent, there is a kind of partnership between the government and an individual who has taken responsibility to manage a motherless baby home. But the challenge now is that the governments are slacking. The governments are not meeting up to their expectations, and it's telling on these orphanages. And then I want to see how I can be of help to them. I want to see how I can support them the little way I can. And I am counting on you guys to also support me. Okay. So I'm looking at feeding nothing less than 50 people in one single day. There are a lot of things I'm going to buy to support them, and they'll be happy. There are a lot of expenses I'll make for them that will also wipe out tears from their eye. It will also be documented, it will also be videoed. And then a good number of plans have been made concerning the cameraman and the video guy and all that. Now, like I said, bi-monthly. So it should be twice every month. That's what I will be doing. Some people can go about it on a weekly basis. It's your choice. Okay. Now, some people will follow the lead of Brother Chief Justice Biderick, and I'm onto a bi-monthly basis. So I should be doing mine on a bi-monthly basis, not on a daily basis. Choose the kind of person you want to be in the community and stick to that kind of person you are, the community will be watching you. Okay, so that's by the way. Now, we are still having a few other things to talk about. Now, the next thing we'll be talking about, I'll stop sharing my screen and share my screen again so that we can look into a few other things. Stop sharing screen and then share screen again. So now I would quickly move into this. That's the BSC scan. Now I've moved into BSC scan. Now, looking at BSC scan, let's start from the beginning. I would refresh my page. And refreshing my page, I think this Joy G Givers Gain promo is making a whole lot of sense, because we are now having about 7,000 people that are joining us. New members has really been added. Some few days ago, this was about 6,000 something or 5,000 something, around that range, but now it's 7,000, and we are making steady progress. If you ask me, we're making steady progress. Now, if you come down here, I don't know who owns this wallet. I think it somehow belongs to the administration's system. This is the original admin wallet. Okay, so for now, this wallet, nothing has happened to it. It's just been like that for some time. Now, I've been seeing these numbers build recently. I've been seeing this build. Now, these are the number of agents we have. As at now, we have about 165 agents. As at the time this broadcast was made, 165 agents. And we are looking to have more agents. We are looking to have more agents very soon. Okay. And as at now, this is the number of coins in the pancake swap. Now, the administration earlier on talked about speedometer. As long as these numbers are increasing, the value of coins, the worth of it, the worth of Joy G will keep dropping. And it was originally said that donors will be giving Joy G as a payback. And when they are giving Joy G as a payback, they are supposed to keep the Joy G there. So they are putting in $10 in BUSD, they are getting Joy G, and their Joy G is $15. And I'm going to talk about it. There is an article the administration put forth, and then he read it in his own words, which I'm going to also iterate, and I'm going to elaborate on it. But the original plan is that members are supposed to deplete these coins, not to cause it to go down. I mean, they are supposed to reduce the value of the number of coins here, and by reducing it, it causes the price to go up. That was the original plan, and that is still the original plan. But we are seeing the reverse. Instead of going up, it's going down. That's because most of the members are selling, and they are selling in an inconsiderate manner. They are selling on apathy. It's not as if they don't have what it takes to keep running. Some of them have, but a good number of them are so self-centered, if you ask me. And that self-centeredness causes them to create an imbalance. You are putting in $10, you are getting $15, and you are withdrawing the entire $15 thinking that it's a profit. And that effect is causing the price of Joy G to go down. When you put in $10, you're withdrawing $15. Haven't you sat down and reasoned and said, am I doing the right thing? I put in and I'm getting something that is more than that. Do you not think that it's going to create an imbalance and then cause the members of the community to suffer and cause the price of Joy G to suffer? But you find out that it's not happening on one person. Multitudes of people, multitudes of donors are repeating that same cycle. And as long as that same cycle is being repeated, you see the price of Joy G nosediving. We are going to go into it shortly. So I'm actually encouraging the community to help us. Original plan is agents should have depleted this. Each agent, to be an agent, you have to have one Joy G. And it's super simple now. We're having 165 agents. We should have at least 400 agents by now. And if we had 400 agents, then this would be much more lower than what it is. And it should be at least around nothing less than 30, 25, 30. With 25, 30, then we're looking at a reasonable price of Joy G. Yes, we are looking at a reasonable price of Joy G. If it's at 25.30, Joy G should be about 4,000. But we are having 117. Why are we going about it like this? Why are we filled with selfishness? Because as long as I'm concerned, if you were not selfish, if you were selfless, then your first move will be, this choice I make, will it affect the community for good or for bad? But we are only interested in my own gain. What the elite has taught us well. The elite has taught us to exalt ourselves above every other thing around us. And a good number of collective exalting themselves above what is around them causes all of us to suffer. Not only them, it causes all of us to suffer. Now, it's your choice to decide how you want to do it. How we're going to play this, it's your choice. When I read the article, we're going to understand better. But you'll find out that, like the administration said, instead of hoarding, he's giving now to the community. And you'll find out that there are a whole lot of changes. These coins, I think they belong to the big boys. You understand what I mean by the big boys, okay? I think they belong to the big boys. And this one belongs to, this is the wallet that we use to make payments to in BUSD. If you remember, look at the wallet. This is the wallet we use to make payments to in BUSD. So I think it's also in JoyG because it's all a Binance Smart Chain token. So this is the JoyG version of it, the same wallet address. So you pay in BUSD and you get it in JoyG. So this is it. So this is the wallet to pay attention to at the moment, okay? And there are a whole lot of other wallets that you are seeing out there. Like this one, this is having 16. It wasn't 16 before. This one is having 11. It wasn't 11 before. All these guys are part of those that are taking part in the agents. I think these are all agents because members pay to them. When members pay to them, you see the value build. This is also an agent. In fact, everyone on this first page, I can tell you, are all agents as at now. When you scroll down, you see that these are all agents. All these guys are all agents. The least you have here is 2 coins, 2 point something. Now this is the least, 2.5. So this is actually a good one. This is consistent with nature. If you ask me, this is actually consistent with nature. I love what's going on, okay? But then there is also something we need to look at, and a number of people are having coins because they have chosen to take part in the Joy G Givers Gain promo. But these coins, like I said, the maximum you should hold it, the maximum you should allow to accumulate is 1 month maximum. It should not actually exceed 1 month. If you are having small number of donors that are just giving you in piecemeals, then that's fine to go for 1 month. Now, if you are fortunate to have a large number of donors, then it's encouraged that you should give out as often as possible. Yes, it is encouraged that you should give out as often as possible. The intent is not hold back. The admin has learned from experience. For the past 2 years, he has been holding Joy G. Now it was K-Love, now Joy G, and it hasn't served any benefit. Why not reverse the concept and give out, which is now what he's doing? And he's actually telling us as well, who are also agents, to do the same. We should also give out. We shouldn't hoard. Okay? But there are concerns from the side of the agents, which I'm also going to share with us. Now, on that note, I will stop sharing my screen and move over to the next place so that the people can hear the concerns of the agents. Agents are really crying. As I speak to you, agents are really crying. Why are they crying? Look at why they are crying. I'm sure you're seeing why they are crying now. This is why agents are crying. So many agents are crying. So many agents are now filled with fears. This is why they are crying. This is why they are filled with fears. Now, once upon a time, this was the price of Joy G. You are seeing how the price of Joy G, it's been cycles. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But when you come to this point, you'll find out that Joy G got to a reasonable level. All these are signs that Joy G got to a reasonable level. Okay, but now, are you seeing the downward trend of Joy G? It has been going down. it's been going down, it's been going down, and it is still going down, and it's still going down. The best that happened was this particular rise. I think this was the highest Georgia has gotten for the past 2 weeks. This has been the high. Ever since then, this was the 30th of June 23. Where we are now is the 25th of July. Now, ever since then, it's been going down and has been maintaining a downward trend. Now, this was also a good one, 918, which was on the 12th of July. Okay, and it still kept going down, and it still kept going down. And now, as you speak, as I speak, as we watch together, we are seeing the price at 170. In fact, it's 172. That is the price of Joy G now. Okay, now let's come down. Let's come down, and then let's look at the transactions. I don't know if I can increase this so that we can see it very well. I want all of us to have a very careful look at it and judge. I want us to sit down and judge. Oh, it looks like I'm not able to see it at this point. I may need to reduce it. Well, I think this is the best I can do. So when we look at this, let's look at it together. Now, this is 22, withdrawal, 9, withdrawal, 203, adding, 203, withdrawal, 179, adding, 11, withdrawal. Now, we want to check how many people are withdrawing. Now, look at this whole line. It's all red, meaning that they were withdrawing. These were withdrawals. These were withdrawals. These were withdrawals. These were withdrawals. They have been withdrawing. Now, I want to actually talk about this shortly. Now, I said agents are crying. Agents are crying because they are afraid of the fact that what they have accumulated is depreciating. Agents are afraid because they want to do something big. And fortunately, and at the same time, unfortunately, I fall into that category of agents that are crying, because I want to say thank you to the community that has supported me. You've supported me. You have supported leaders in the community selflessly. You may not have had any dealings with me physically before, but you have loved us as leaders. Even though I wasn't featured among the first 10, I can also say that the community supports, and we are not in any form of competition. Everybody are operating on their own frequency. But then the community has also cared for me and supported me, supported all leaders in the community, all the necessary leaders, all those that has shown themselves and has proved themselves. I want to say thank you. But the members that are the donors are not also reasoning on the same line. Even though admin talked about the fact that we should be withdrawing about $10, a good number of people are trying to comply. Some are withdrawing 10, some are withdrawing 8, some are withdrawing less. But I think that collective consciousness of $10 is now beginning to play out. But I don't know why can't we look for an alternative? Why can't we try to make things easier for each other? Because some of us who have gotten a substantial amount of Joy G, the worth of Joy G has dropped. For instance, someone has 4 Joy G. Now, picture what the worth of 4 Joy G will be at $500. That's $2,000. Now, picture what the worth of 4 Joy G is at this point. As at now, it's about $170. Now, are you seeing the difference? $170 at 4 Joy G is very little. It's roughly $170. And then you are looking at it at $500, that's $2,000. The difference is obvious. When you multiply 4 by $170, you are looking at around $350, $370, around that range. Now, when you look at it at 500, that's 2,000. Now, we can feed more people with 2,000 with a higher price of Joy G. How are we going to get this sorted out? How can we get this sorted out? The administration is saying we need collective consciousness, and your collective consciousness boils down to love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's that simple. And if you know that you're going to hurt your neighbor, then that means you are going to hurt yourselves. Yes, a good number of people are making withdrawals, but it is to the expense of the agents. because the agents are supposed to make good withdrawals, but at the point the price of Joy G is, I wonder how many people we can help. I wonder how many people we can feed. And then over time, it now looks like the agents are hoarding. They are not hoarding. They are waiting for a comfortable time to buy or to sell, not to buy, to sell. And it can only be done when there is inflow of coins. The number of people withdrawing are 100. The number of people putting in are 5. How can there be balance? There can't be balance because the offset is so obvious. The level of people, if you scroll down, you find out that for every 10, you see, look at people withdrawing, look at just green, a little green, and then withdrawals, continuous withdrawals. Don't you see that this shows that those people are not interested in anything? This was what happened 1 hour ago, and you find out that the number of people making commitments versus the withdrawals is much. The withdrawals are so much, you can't even imagine. So I'm actually making, I don't know how many people are willing to share these videos. The reason this is done is for people to know what's going on and help spread the word. Tell people to stop selling. Tell people to stop selling. Stop selling. Stop selling. Well, the next place we are going to now is that article. We are going to take our time to look at the article. But I'm not cool with this. If you ask me as an agent, is this going to be a time for me to sell? I don't think so. I can't sell at this point because the worth of what I have versus the price doesn't measure up. Rather, I will hold until the time the community wakes up to this collective consciousness, and then I can begin to start helping. I mean, I don't want to feed 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5 people. I want to feed nothing less than 50 people at once. That's my joy. And you can't take that joy out of me. Some people are fine feeding 4, 5, 6, 7. That's okay. But my joy is seeing that a good number of people are filled with tears of joy, rejoicing and having hope that tomorrow there is a future and that the Simply Brilliant community will bring that future to them. That's my joy. And you can't take that from me. But we have to work in collective unity and awareness and stop what we are doing. Support each other. If you are doing what you are doing, you may be having an immediate gain, but I'm suffering it. The agents are suffering it. Those that has been placed on the blog, you will find out that when you check the worth of what was put there on Sunday versus now, it has dropped in value. How do you expect them to fulfill that goodwill with this amount that we are seeing here? It's not going to work. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we are going to listen. I don't know if we will listen. I just hope we learn. Now, on the other side, some people are saying the administration knows what to do. Now, I know that the administration knows what to do. That's why we're going to the blog to find out what will happen if we continue with this downward trend. The administration yesterday said if this drops below 200, then we are moving to the red zone. And when we get to the red zone, I can tell you that between now and Monday next week, if we continue like this, that the system will be suspended. I say it again, between now and Monday next week, it may not even get to Monday next week. But if we continue like this, the donors will be suspended and we will be forced to pump the price of Joy G up. And when we pump the price of Joy G up, the administration will first of all settle those that are having outstandings. Some of them are those that are having stock funds on the buyback. Settle those who are having bounties. The June bounties has not yet been paid. Are you aware that we've not paid June bounties yet? The administration has not paid June bounty yet. And so many people are waiting for that. Why are we behaving like this, members of Simply Brilliant community? Why are we selfish? Why are we not helping each other? Why can't we love our neighbor as ourselves? Why? All right, so let's move over. We are still having a few other things to talk about, and then we'll call this meeting to a close. So I'm now moving over to the blog to look at that article that the administration put out. So I'm moving now to education, new private blog. All right, we've talked about this. So We are going to take our time. Remember, it's a summary, okay? It's not a detailed summary. It's a detailed summary. It's not the main mass adoption meeting because I'm not the admin. I'm only summarizing what he did. Get $15 immediately after making a $10 donation to feed the poor. Now, this applies, sorry, it applies only to the donors. Okay. Now, the beautiful side of it is you can be an agent, you can also be a donor. Pick where you want to be. You can be a donor only by just giving $10, but by making a deposit, a collateral deposit of one Joy G, it qualifies you to be an agent. You go fill out your profile. After filling out your profile, then you also feature on the agent section. Now, this you are seeing was a very excellent job done by my brother and my fellow Privy Council member, Brother Michi. So take your time to watch it. Now, the administration said immediately, but the community are misbehaving. So the IT are trying to guide to make sure that things balance out. Because when it was immediate, people were busy selling and they were selling $15, $15. And of course, you saw what happened. The price has really gone down and it's still going down. But nonetheless, those of us who deposit $10 will get $15 the same day. It will happen the same day, not the following day. If you do it good enough, early enough, you should get it before the end of the day. Okay. So do well to watch this video. It's a very short video. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to play it. Sorry. So these are some of the things that Brother Chief Justice is doing. Now, I want to tell you that this is excellent. Our small army of agents are distributing 100,000 worth of food, $100,000 worth of food daily. This is the kind of thing. Now, Brother Chief Justice has also brought out the episode for 3. So go to his channel and check the episode for 3. He is doing a good job. He is doing a consistent job. Okay. Now, even though he's just feeding about 10 people every day, it's fine. Okay. That's very okay. But you ask me, no, this is not resonating with my natural frequency. My natural frequency is attending to a reasonable number of people at once and taking time to play out transparency. That's me. Okay. Now, there are traders. There are daily traders, there are weekly traders, there are monthly traders. So traders vary. You should find out how to go about it. And guess what? All of them get the same results. Some may be consistent and getting in small piecemeals, while some may do it once or twice and then they get it in lump sum. Everybody should find their natural frequency and flow towards that direction. This is an excellent job. And if you are disposed to join him on a daily distribution, please do it. It is a good one. Okay? It's a very good one. But what I'm looking at now is, I will tell you the truth. I'm discouraged by the price of Joy G. I'm really discouraged. And I really hope that the community could hear my voice and could push this price of Joy G by supporting the administration, supporting the agents to make this happy, putting smiles on the faces of those who can't afford to stay and eat and be happy. It's our choice. Let's keep moving. This is an Android demo, an Android phone demo. Of course, you can also watch that for agent donation, how to go about it. And then this is the article I was talking about. This is the support admin pump of Joy G. So this is the article which we are going to read, and then I want us to listen. The administration has read it. As at when this was done, the value was 309, 301. But now what's the value? 100. And interesting. Now let's read together. We can either do this the easy way or the hard way. One must play out. And it doesn't look like the people are playing with the easy way. It's like they like the hard way. And I tell you, the hard way will be much more difficult. It will be much more difficult. Now, the only reason to sell Joy G right now is that you are too broke to come up with $10 BUSD from other sources, and you need to recycle. Now, in yesterday's feedback from the administration, he said that the idea is to pump Joy G. And pumping Joy G simply means that you just add and put. And even though you get $15 in Joy G, you leave it there. Leave it there to accumulate for a while. And then after a while, if you choose to withdraw, it's now your own choice. But it's not for you to put in $10, get $15, and withdraw the $15. When you are removing from the system, you are causing the price to go down. But when you leave it in the system, you add to the liquidity of the price of JOYG, and all of us enjoy it. Some of us do those things in other coins. We leave our coins there for some donkey number of days, months, weeks, years. But then why are we not doing same? Why are we taking our own from a selfish point of view and we just want to withdraw? We can't leave it there. Why? Why can't we leave it there? Why? The only reason to sell JOYG right now is that you are too broke to come up with $10 BUSD from other sources. Other sources. Emphasis are on other sources. And you need to recycle. Now, let's find out the recycle process and the right way it should be done. Now, if that is the case, then only sell $10. You see the administration. Now, some people are saying, if I sell $10, it may come into my MetaMask at 9 point something. Okay, that's fine. Then sell $10.2. Sell $10.3, worst case scenario. And then it enters into your account maybe at 10.2 or 10.1. At least that's 10, right? But don't sell $15. It's not helping you. It's not helping me. It's not helping us. Let's get it. If that is the case, then only sell $10 of JOYG each day, not the entire $15. Leave the $5 gain and let that compound as the price of JOYG pumps. Now, JOYG pumps. Now, who is the one pumping it? Let's find out. Support the mission to feed the poor and support the admin to pump up the price by holding JOYG and not selling. This has been made crystal clear. Now, yesterday, before this article was read, the admin showed us, he artificially showed us how this happens. He pumped up the price of JOYG. He put in a substantial amount of coins. And before our very eyes, we saw it. It was pumping. And you know the funny thing? While it was pumping, some wonderful people behind the scene were still playing against the administration while he was trying to pump it. Can you imagine? And the one that broke my heart the most was immediately after he finished pumping it, in less than 30 minutes, they soaked it down. They pulled it down. They sold again. And I don't know. I know the administration knows what he will do. We also know. But now the administration is being careful so that it wouldn't look like he's controlling the community. He knows the solution. I can tell you without mixing words, he knows the solution. But if he decides to impose that solution too early, the people will say the administration is controlling the people. He wants to ensure that when he makes the decision, it will be clear that that is the only option left. But now he's telling guys, cooperate. The price is low, it's getting low, and it's still going lower. And he's still saying cooperate, but we are still saying, no, I'm only interested in my belly, and I want to just eat and keep on. Well, let's finish with the article, and then we'll summarize. Now, if you all will do this, the admin can keep pumping the price and make it go higher each day. So what is it that he wants you guys to do? Just recycle $10 and leave your $5 to accumulate. This is all he's asking from you. Just recycle $10, put in 10 BUSD, withdraw 10 JOYG and swap it to BUSD and leave it. Repeat the same cycle the following day. And with that, there will be some little liquidity that will be added to JOYG. And then, as the case may be, members can sell. Admin will prop it up because, of course, he's having a reasonable chunk of stable coins in BUSD. He will prop it up to create that stability and cause the JOYG price to keep going up. This is what he wants. This is what the admin wants. Let's be smart and do this the easy way. This is the easy way. This is the easy way. If you go out of this now, we go to the hard way. And the hard way won't come on a platter of gold, guys. Let's find out the hard way. The hard way will happen if we all don't do the easy way. When the price goes too low, where we are getting to, it's getting too low, it's getting too low. He has pre-informed us on what will happen. If the price gets too low, admin will pause donations to call for the community to pump JOYG to a price target. I tell you, most solemnly, price target will be such that it would get to at least $5,000, $6,000. He will make sure that the community will bear the cost of pushing it to that price so that everybody will know the cost of selling. You will learn it the hard way if you allow the admin to do it the way he wants to do it. Everybody will learn that selling your extra $5 given to you as commission in Joyji will cause the community to suffer the consequences collectively. This is a warning to everybody that are listening. Please don't allow it to happen to that point. Don't allow it to get to that point. If it gets to that point, we all suffer it together. Once we hit price target, the admin will turn donations back on. I've told you the price target will be around at least $5,000. $5,000. And it is now around 190 something. Very soon it will go down if you guys keep doing what you're doing. When it drops to around 150, the administration will pause donations and everybody will suffer it. Your donations will pause for a while till the price gets to $5,000. Are you guys hearing me? $5,000. And it's up to you to decide how that will be. The administration emphasized yesterday that it is not only him that should pump it. He showed it practically. Only him pushed the price up. But the algorithm of this, exchanges behaves differently. It is not what you pump in that gives you the result. It is collective pumping that gives the result. The plan of admin yesterday was that if we can work as a collective and we can raise the price of Joyji to an extent, then we can future in the coin market and get support from the coin market by members putting in their money in Joyji because they see the price of Joyji keep going up. And then they will not be in a haste. The people in the outside even understand the system much more. They won't be in a haste to withdraw their coins. They will just keep it there and leave it to appreciate for around 6 months. And then putting in about $1,000 for the next 6 months could be as much as 6,000 or more. Come on, where will you get such gain? Our problem is that we have no understanding about this and we just don't want to have any understanding. We just want it that way. It won't help any of us. It won't help any of us. Okay? It won't help any of us. Once we hit the price target, the admin will turn donations back on. And I've told you how the cost it will take to get there. The hard way interrupts your ability to get $5 daily gains. The hard way sucks. He said it clearly, the hard way sucks. Everybody wants to make an easy $5 a day, right? I guess so. So support the poor and the admin by taking the easy way and hold and grow your Joyji coins. The admin is telling you that Joyji is our inheritance in this community. Joyji is our joy. It is joy gold. Joy gold. We are giving joy to the people. The only people that can enjoy this leverage is being an agent. Become an agent if you want to enjoy withdrawals. Okay? And of course, you should get to a certain point. Choose where you want to be, whether a daily agent, a weekly agent, bi-monthly agent, or a monthly agent. It should all be within a month. It should not cross to the other month, or else it enters into hoarding. So choose where you want to be and flow. And of course, it depends on how many people are supporting you. I've also solicited for the community to support me because I have my target. Provided the price of Joyji is in a reasonable price, I will support the people around me. But there is an extent it will drop. I will run at a loss to support, and I'm not willing to do that now. I mean, if the price gets to $150, it doesn't measure up compared to when it's $500. I want us to understand my point of view. Understand me very well. Every other agent around me are sharing the same point of view because they will prefer selling at a high price than at a low price. And it's the community that is causing it to go down. Community, help us. Please don't sell Joyji if you can. Now, the admin is putting if you can because everything is a choice. And the hard way is also the choice the community made collectively. I hope we learn this lesson. There are a lot of other things that were done, but by the time the administration had finished emphasizing on all this, we had in fact, it was very close to 6 o'clock. He gave room for people to ask questions. Yeah, a whole lot of people asked questions. But everything boils down to collective awareness, collective consciousness, knowing that your actions can negatively affect the community or positively affect the community. It's in our hands to make it happen. I will stop at this point and then share one or two updates if the community has one or two updates to give. So I would begin by saying, okay, hello, Ambassador Augustine. We appreciate whatever you're doing. Thank you very much. My beloved beautiful sister. Wow, good progress. Good morning, my great leader and agent. Beloved, it's a pleasure. Good morning. And my brother, if it's not profit, then what is it? Yeah, this my brother is saying if it's not profit. So of course he's trying to talk about the agent. If the agent will not sell at a high price, so what gain is it? That's what he's trying to say. All right. So this is also brother Promise, who is also a friend. Good job, my leader, my beloved brother. He's also a team member of mine in the Simply Brilliant community. Now, I think the admin should do something fast before it gets to something else. No matter how you tell people not to swap, that is when they will want to swap. You see, this is the problem with human beings. Human beings, in fact, when I look through the scriptures, I really wonder what was in the mind of God when he said, my soul will not continue to strive with man, for the thoughts of man are evil continually. Can you imagine what your creator, my creator, our creator said? My soul won't strive with man continually, for the thoughts of man are evil continually. And there is a way to this solution. The admin knows the way out, but the administration is being careful so that it will be very clear when he makes his decisions. And I am telling the community now before it happens, that when it happens, it wouldn't be that you were not warned. All right, let's keep moving. Cynthia Man is out there to also give us some. You are Cynthia Man, that's what you are writing, but I'm seeing a woman's face there. So I don't know if it's a Cynthia Man or a Cynthia woman. I don't know. But well, let me continue listening to your updates. Action should be taken against those selling Joy G now that this program is still new, or else we will keep on suffering and losing money. My humble opinion. I'm in 100% agreement with your opinion. Your opinion is very true. And I can tell you that the administration is also in the know. The administration may also be watching this behind the scene. Okay, he is seeing the mindset of the people, and he is also making the decision on what to do. Okay. So let's also move forward. Now, let's face reality. People cannot find alternative of $10 every day to donate. Said people cannot find alternative of $10 every day to donate. That is so much. People will definitely have to sell, but can consider selling $10 instead of all. Yes, this is true. People can sell. Okay, the admin said worst case scenario, just sell $10. If you can't afford to have $300 that you keep putting $10 every day, a good number of people can't, and the economy is not encouraging, having the people that are having wealth are not that much. And by the day, inflation is causing a good number of people to fall into the poverty level by the day. Someone was actually expressing his mind recently. He was telling me that $15 is not enough to feed a family. A family of four, $15 for a day is not enough to feed a family of four. And that what will it look like by the end of the year, considering all the circumstances that are around us, that $15 can't feed a family. Now I'm referring to Africa, okay? Now, as at last year, $15 could feed a family for 2 days. But look at what it's looking like now. So many people are fearful. So moving down to what we're looking at, even if you can't get money to add to the system, then recycle the $10. Keep it that way. That's fine. All right, thank you very much, brother Theophilus. Now, getting funds from the donations for our Goodwill program is becoming difficult as Joy G nosedives. Are you seeing that? So everybody is expressing their mind. Everybody is telling you their fears. It's not just me. My agents are also here. They are listening to me and they are making their feedback. Brother Promise is part of us. He's an agent as well. He's also expressing it. A good number of agents are saying, oh, are we sure that this will be consistent? And that they are calling out to the administration to do what he has to do, or else all of us will suffer. The goodwill we are supposed to help others to achieve, we will not achieve it because people don't want to sell at that low price. Oh, it is well. Good morning, Ambassador. Truly, here's hearts. Okay, truly here's hearts are bleeding. Okay, truly here hearts are bleeding. Why every time we start a program, things go out of hand? Are we infiltrated with the elites? So someone is asking, no, it's not. We're not infiltrated by the elites. We are the ones that are causing this harm to ourselves. We are the ones causing this harm to ourselves, not the elites. We are given to quick gratification. We can't work as a collective. And I tell you that the truth is the admin knows what to do, and he will do what he has to do for this community to succeed. The problem is that if he does it too early, people will say he's controlling. But if he does it now, it will be very clear that he had to wait till it gets to this point and he had to take action. This is why governments are there. Governments are controlling the people, and ideally, someone should think independently and make decisions that will collectively affect his community positively. But the government are means of control, and the elites are using manipulation to push people down. They have been doing it. The admin says no, that we are created in God's image and we can think independently. That's why he's doing what he's doing. But it's just unfortunate that people are seeing every opportunity and taking advantage of it. How long are we going to continue doing that? Okay, just wait and see what will happen shortly. Good morning, brother. Keep it up, brother Afia. Good morning. Good morning, dear ambassador. God bless you, dear. Good morning, beloved. God bless you as well. All right, so this is the last person as at now. I wonder why admin allowed Joy G as payback for agents. Okay, for agent collection. Surely Joy G will sink because agents will swap for goodwill. Why not BUSD instead? So we funds have to swap. Okay, so that we don't have to swap. Now, why admin is using Joy G is because he has a reasonable chunk of Joy G. He said it previously. He has a reasonable chunk of Joy G. He wants to circulate. He wants to give back to the community. And if the community intelligently manages it, then all of us will succeed. That's what admin say. So it's the reason why we can't collect in BUSD. Rather, we pay in BUSD and we collect in Joy G. Don't worry, we are going to pass through this phase. And we are going to, in fact, before the end of this week, you are going to see a lot that will play out. Okay? All right. So I've spoken a lot, and I'm close to 1 hour. If there's anyone that has any last questions or last statements to make, do well to make those statements because I'm about rounding off this meeting. I'll use this opportunity to say thank you. And as an agent, your responsibility is to come out, let the community know who you are. Your responsibility is to tell the community that you can be trusted, not by going behind the scenes and then asking people to donate to you. A good number of members has already picked their 10, and that's it. They've picked their 10, and it may be difficult for them to switch. Well, some can switch, but a gross majority will just hold on to those 10 for now until there is room for them to donate to more people. This is just how human psyche is. In the yesterday's meeting, admin said, well, you can hold on to 5 people and then spread around the other 5. It's up to you to decide how you want to do it. But you must be able to convince your community, your donors, that you are trusted. I've said that 1,000 times and I'll keep saying it. Provided the funds are available to me and the conditions are favorable, I will give them the best. And you can hold me accountable for every expenditures I make. Okay? All right, so I want to stop here. Thank you so much for those of us who have listened. Stay well, stay sound. We'll be coming your way again, most likely on Thursday, after the mass adoption meeting on Wednesday. Cheers, and God bless you. Bye for now.